To keep it vague, my old company was a fairly large rest, roughly $10 billion. I was a part of a very niche M&A shop that was typically the black sheep of the company. It felt like anything we did was just a hassle overall, and it wasn't really worth the company's time to entertain these acquisitions anymore. I was a part of the minuscule-sized deal team, 3 of us including myself, that closed over 60 deals per year, with 45 to 50 active deals at one time. Typically, each deal took about 4 to 9 months from start to finish, depending on the seller's competence level and organization. This was my first job out of college. I knew the career path I wanted to take was going to require long hours and no vacations, but typically in finance the salary will reflect that commitment. Well, for this job I was making $52K/year working 80 weeks, $12.50 an hour gross pay. After my first full year, I went to the up of the department and requested a 20% raise. I was told the basic inflation spiel, and got a 2% cost of living adjustment. I think it's important to note here that after I left this company, I found out the same up received a $2 million bonus. Fast forward a couple of months. Every year, the company has a meeting where the entire company, 300 ISH people, meets at a hotel. They do this to give updates as to what the company has done so far, where they are going, and for team building of course. In reality, this was a multi-million-dollar event to pat the backs of the executives that really don't do much in reality. As a part of this event, anyone in the company is allowed to send in anonymized questions to the CEO, and he will read/respond to it if he thinks it's something worth talking about. Just before this company event, 5 people had resigned from other departments in the company. Every one of them almost doubled their salaries at their new jobs. So I decided to ask the question, how do you plan to retain talent when there are other companies offering 2x the money with half of the workload? The CEO decided this question was hilarious and read it aloud laughing and responded, if you find that job, with finger quotes as if it weren't real, you better take it, goodbye. After being treated pretty terribly the last 1.5 years, including missing my grandfather's 88th birthday party due to a last-second PowerPoint that ended up not even being used, I decided that was the final nail in the coffin. I spoke with one of the recently resigned co-workers about his new company, and soon after a recruiter from his company reached out to me. I go through the interview process and get the job. I more than doubled my pay when taking the 20% end-of-year bonus into account, and I even got a 10K signing bonus. The story doesn't end here. As I gave notice to my wonderful manager who taught me everything I know, she first told me she hates me because she is going to have to take over my 19 current deals. But then, shockingly, she confides that after 7 years of working at the company she is ready to move to greener pastures as well. I decided to call the recruiter that reached out to me originally and ask if there are any other positions open at my new company. She says yes, they interview her and she gets the job as well a month later. 2 down, 1 to go. The final co-worker standing was not hard to convince as he saw 52 deals suddenly pile onto his desk while he was already underwater doing the same 80 weeks as I did. I worked with him to spruce up his resume, and get the wheels turning. After 2 interviews, he was given a verbal job offer with an in-writing letter expected the next week. All said and done, all 3 of us ended up doubling our old salaries. The old company is now scrambling to replace us, with over $100 million worth of deals that will grind to a halt when my last co-worker makes his departure. My new gig does not feel like real life. I have a fantastic boss that respects my time outside of the office, to the point that he gave me 2 weeks in between jobs to unwind after my previous role. My workload is 30% of what I used to do, as well. My old manager got the same 2-week treatment, and is currently enjoying her time off and will start in the middle of October. If I was only given that 20% raise. Edit, thanks to you/shoulder chip for the grammar edits. I typed this all out on my phone at 4 a.m. waiting for a flight.